You know it's a good day when you order coffee and it comes in the perfect shade. Like, it's not too light, it's not too dark. Like, I just knew this was gonna hit. And guess what? It's hitting. Anyways, I brought you in my bedroom today. We're getting intimate. No, I'm kidding, but we are doing a Q&A. As always, I put a question box on my Instagram story. If you're not following my Instagram, be sure to so you can participate in these. Otherwise, I always post a question on my community tab because I know not everyone in the world has Instagram. But let's just get right into it. I'm literally just going in the order that the questions were asked. First off, I got a lot of questions that were asking about if my boyfriend is moving to Texas with me. The answer is yes. I kind of am the one who initiated the moving idea and chose Texas. But yes, it is me, him, and Duncan. No question but wish Vlogmas could happen forever. You inspire and motivate me tons. This is so sweet, and I feel like I've gotten such good feedback about Vlogmas, and that makes me so happy. Like, I just feel like we are getting closer, and I love that so much. I would love to upload every day, but that just couldn't happen. You know, like, this is the best job in the entire world, at least for me. Like, I love it so much. I would not ever rather be doing something else, or even like a different platform, you know, not even just different job, but different platform either. Like, I simply love YouTube, but it's just not feasible to upload every day, especially when it's just me out here. You know, maybe if I had like an editor and thumbnail person, but I don't, and that's okay. Maybe one day. What does a rest and recovery day look like to you? I did post a video about this. I don't really have specific rest and recovery routines. I always try to get in steps no matter what day it is, but obviously those days I will not do like any lifting or anything like that. I just try to get in movement and try to eat good foods, right? Like, it's always good to be eating good foods. Of course, on the weekends, I'm gonna splurge more. Like, that's fine. Literally, life is about balance. Life is meant to be lived. But I just think it's important to always move your body and just try to eat good. And when I say good, I just mean don't like trash your days. But just don't forget about healthy food, you know? Regardless, movement always makes me feel better. And it's called rest and recovery for a reason. Make sure you're actually getting your sleep. Your sleep is where the growth happens, where the gains happen, they like to say. So make sure you're actually getting sleep. It's definitely something to prioritize. Do you feel like you've experienced imposter syndrome? If so, any tips? Yes, 100%. Imposter syndrome, basically, if you don't know, is kind of like feeling undeserving, right? Of course I feel imposter syndrome. You know, like, I never know if I'm doing enough. A lot of times I'm proud of things, and I do give myself credit, but it's so easy to not. And it is really important to remind yourself that when you earn something, like, you deserve it, you know? Like, why wouldn't you deserve it? Like, if you earned it, you have every right to have it. Whether that be an achievement at work, achieving a goal in your fitness journey, reaching a financial goal, or buying something for yourself. I don't know. It could literally be so many different things. Just know you deserve it, and life is meant to be lived. Thoughts on healthy boundaries regarding discipline? This is hard. This is hard because it is so important to have self-discipline, right? You're not gonna be motivated every day. We know that. That's not a surprise. And so building like routines and habits and disciplining yourself in terms of, you know, going to the gym even when you don't want to is good. Like, you should be doing that, again, because you're not gonna feel motivated all the time. But there is a line between having discipline and pushing yourself too hard, overdoing it. And I think that's kind of what this question is about. Healthy boundaries, right? If you're really not feeling it, you gotta be able to learn to skip the gym for a day. I always go back to the thought that missing one workout in the grand scheme of things, when you think about like a fitness journey, it's years and years and years. I mean, it's a lifelong thing, right? Skipping one workout in the grand scheme of things is not gonna do anything. So really try to think big picture, but keep checking in, you know? Are you slacking? Or are you actually taking time off because you need it? If you're not sure, I don't know, maybe explain your situation to someone you trust and see what they think. Maybe hearing an outside perspective would help. But again, it's important to take time off when you need time off. And if you overdo it, you're just gonna keep building a bad relationship with that stuff, and then it's gonna get even worse from there, you know? How to become as cool as you. Tyra, you are as cool as me. I love you. Do you fear one day you'll go back to where you started? Honestly, no. I know that my body's always changing. Not only just you have ebbs and flows, right? I do feel like I've gained a little bit of weight since I've started focusing on building muscle, and I'm not ecstatic about it, because when you're building muscle and trying to eat extra protein and stuff, you know, you might gain some fat. That's kind of just how it works. However, I know that if I want to switch around my goals, I can do that, and I can change things. I know that because I've accomplished a lot, it is in my control, and I don't fear about going back to where I've started, just because I don't think I'd ever do that. You know, like, my lifestyle is so different from where I started, right? Like, started in terms of, I think about when I gained a lot of weight. I just can't see myself ever not prioritizing at least some healthy habits, you know? Like I said, ebbs and flows are so normal, and your body changes in general just with aging, and I don't know, I just feel like I trust myself enough to know that that's never gonna happen to me. And if I start feeling bad, like, then it's time for me to do something about it. And I've done something about it in the past, so like I can do it again. Hearing me say that, I'm like, wow, damn Morgan, like great job. But honestly, I'm just speaking the truth. That's exactly how I feel. Handling online pressure to keep up your physical health since your transformation. Okay, this is something I think about every single day. This is tough on me specifically. I don't think I'll ever go back to where I started, but because I put myself online, and of course this is my choice, right? I don't have to be doing this. This is fully my choice. But because I do put myself online, it is scary when I talk all about like healthy habits and stuff like that. And if I don't feel the best about myself, I'm like, wow, like, what a hypocrite, you know? And like I was saying in the last question, your body goes in ebbs and flows, and when your goals change and different time periods and different things in your life happen, you're not always gonna look perfect, and that's just part of being human. But I also think, like, I'm not, for example, Gains My Brains. I just did a video like about her. Like, I'm not someone who's ripped and been doing this for years and years and years. So I think that does take a little bit of the pressure off of me. But I do feel bad when I feel like I don't look good, because I'm like, I always think I practice what I preach, but then if I don't look good, it makes me look bad in terms of like, wow, you say all this stuff like you don't even follow it. But I truly don't believe that. I just believe that it's like, I don't know, being human can be hard sometimes. So this is something I think about all the time, and I've actually never really talked about it. So that was a really great question, and I appreciate you asking me about it. So that's my honest answer. And I think Vlogmas is a good representation that, like, you've been seeing a lot of my everyday life, and I try to keep up with these things and these habits I talk about as much as I can, but then again, like, sometimes you're just human. Did clothes motivate you to get your health in order? Honestly, yes. I love fashion. I love clothes. I don't really talk about that much on my channel. I used to, though, and I didn't wear what I wanted to wear. And it's not because you can't if you're a different size. That's not at all what I'm saying. But I had clothes I loved, and they simply didn't fit me. So I didn't wear them, and I didn't want to wear them. And being able to put on a really cute outfit that you love and that looks good on you, like, honestly felt great. So I would say yes to that. Are you nervous about moving to a new place where you don't know anyone? Yes. Yep, absolutely. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try doing Bumble BFF, I think. I mean, and at least I'm not entirely alone, right? But like, I do want girly pops in my life. Like, I love having like girl friends. So I want to make friends. I haven't tried to make new friends in a long time. We'll see how that goes. I am outgoing. Like, I am a talkative person. I am an outgoing person. Just because I feel myself doesn't mean I'm outgoing, but I do truly think I'm outgoing, but like, I don't know how it's gonna go. Why did your last relationship end? I don't even, let's see. My current boyfriend is really the only guy I've like dated. Like, I've had like situationships in my life, but like, that's really it. However, the relationship I'm in now, like, we have broken up before. So I don't really know how to answer this. I mean, we've known each other since we were literally in middle school. I mean, we didn't date then, obviously, but we broke up like during college years. Yeah, it was just for life, for growing up, for new things, I guess. I also feel like these days it's just so common to not actually like date, but to like be talking to people. What are your favorite veggies? Snacking veggies, I do like carrots. Both me and Duncan like carrots. Veggies like in things and to cook with? I don't know, actually this is something I want to expand my horizons on. I feel like I buy the same foods, and it's important to have a variety. I always have celery, I always have like lettuce and spinach that I just throw in things. I like read the word veggies, and in my brain I'm like, what even is a vegetable? Like, I like can't even think of anything right now. Do you have a job outside of social media / YouTube? If not, what did you do before this? I actually got a bunch of questions about this as well. YouTube is my full-time job. During college, I worked at Mathnasium. It's a chain. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but I tutored math because I originally wanted to be a math teacher, actually. I love math, which I don't know if you would think that about me or not, but I do really like numbers. But I graduated from college and decided not to go the education route. I actually worked at a beauty school for about a year before I quit to take YouTube full time, and I did way before I was making like any money at all on YouTube. So I definitely took the leap like super early, but it was just, I had good circumstances where I was able to kind of just take the leap and see what happened, and here we are, which is amazing. I certainly would not be able to do full-on Vlogmas if I was working another job. What made you decide to start your journey on YouTube? I've talked about this. I feel like I touch on this like once a year. Like I did a Q&A during last December. I didn't do full on vlogmas, but I did a Q&A and I talked about this then. So I actually had a YouTube channel in middle school. It was all about cheerleading. I was a cheerleader for years and years and years and years, and I was so obsessed with it, and that was like all I watched on YouTube was cheerleading videos, so I tried to upload my own. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to like save and export something onto a computer. I was like 11 years old, you know? But I had a channel. It is still live and active today. You will never find out what it is because it has nothing to do with my name, and my name is nowhere found on the channel. But I did that, and then I uploaded like, I don't know, like 15 videos maybe. The quality on them is terrible. Like they're old, like whatever. They're from like this tiny little, like one of my first cell phones ever, you know, before even smartphones were a thing. But so then in college, I kind of got reinterested in making videos my junior year of college. I uploaded my first video the summer after junior year before senior year. This was all pre-COVID and stuff, and I was kind of like on and off for a while. I tried a lot of different things. I tried to be a fashion girly. Like I said, I love fashion, but I'm just not a fashion content creator. Like I'm just not. I don't know how to, I'm not a fashion creator. It's okay. I did lots of different vlogs and stuff, and then after I quit my job actually is when I got way more passionate about like health and wellness and fitness and all that stuff. And that was like a new chapter for me, and that is what worked for me and what stuck and what I'm so happy that I consume a lot of my life in. I am very happy for how things played out for me. Sometimes timing is everything, honestly. How do you deal with body image? Do you have any advice on how to improve it? Love ya. Love you. I actually posted a video about this too. When people ask for things, I try my best to deliver, okay? If you're like commenting about stuff or like asking about things, like oftentimes I will make a whole video about it because obviously I want to make what you want to see, right? So right now, the body image is not body imaging, as I did say in my video, but what does help, honestly, is sticking to a routine, still trying to like work out and eat well, stuff like that. Even if I'm not perfect, especially this time of year, I give myself way more freedom, as you should. As you should. But I feel like doing the things that I know are good for me often helps. It doesn't fix everything, but it does help. You know, when I know I'm doing good for my body, I'm like happy and grateful, you know, and that's the other thing is like try to be grateful. It is hard, you know, when you do look in the mirror and see things you don't want to see or don't see things you want to see, or you look in the mirror and you just start critiquing, you know, sometimes that's just so natural to do, and I do that 100%. I would never gonna say that I don't do that because I do. I'm not past the point where I don't, but also trying to be grateful, you know. Think about the fact that you can walk somewhere if you want to. You can go out and be social. You know, some people don't have the privileges that you probably do have, and that is always a good reminder. Think about, you know, if you couldn't do the things that you're able to do. But I do feel you and know that it's not easy. And you don't, okay, this is the thing, you don't have to love every single part of your body, you know? But I don't want you to hate it. For example, I have cellulite on my butt and my thighs. I don't think it's ever going away. And I don't love it, but I can get over it. That's the thing, you don't have to love every single part. It's okay, but like I can get over it. Like it doesn't keep me up at night. That's just an example. And stuff like that is so normal anyway. Like I'm sure more people have that than don't. Where do you want to travel? There's so many places that I want to go. Honestly, I'm really in the mood for like a beach vacation. I haven't gone anywhere tropical recently. I want to go back to New York, honestly. I went in June and I'm missing it. I went my first time like a year and a half ago. It's not like I go there all the time, but I really miss it. And Katie lives there and we have so much fun together. So I'd love to go back there. I would love to go to a tropical place. I also want a nice Europe trip. Saying this all out loud, I'm like, wow, all these places, yeah, that's like a lot of money. It's not like I'm actually saying I plan to go any of these places, but I would like to have like a really fun Europe trip. I've never really done that. I've been to Europe, you know, I've been to Switzerland, amazing place. But I want to do like a trip where I go a couple different places and stuff like that. That would be so fun. I've got a couple questions about height and weight. I'm 5'1", honestly. Rounding up, I'm 5'1". I know videos are deceiving. I might not look as short as I actually am, but I'm not tall at all. But number two, honestly, I don't know how much I weigh, and I'm never gonna tell you because the numbers game can be dangerous. You know, like I might weigh something and you weighing that same number, like we could still look completely different, you know, and that's why I'm so like not a scale person in general. So number one, I actually don't even know the answer, but number two, like, I don't know, that's just never something I'm gonna say because I don't want you to compare, because that's just not, numbers are deceiving, you know? Like I said, the height thing, I probably don't look that short. Numbers are deceiving. How to stop comparing yourself to others and accepting that the grass is not always greener. I honestly do struggle with this. I think about this all the time. It is true that the grass is not always greener. It's greener where you water it. What's that song? Okay, it's a quote, but like, isn't it in a Justin Bieber song? As long as you love me.
Point at you. The ones left the grass ain't always greener on the other side. It's green where you water it, so I...
We got issues, baby. No, but seriously, that's like actually a true thing. At least I think. Advice for that? You know, practicing gratitude sounds cheesy, but I do think if you make that a daily habit, which is, again, something I'm trying to work on. I don't do this all the time. I think that can help. But remember, the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's green where you water it. Thank you, Big Sean. Would you still move to a new city if you were single? I'm considering it, but I'm nervous to do it alone. Honestly, I would love to say yes to this, but I am the biggest, like, paranoid person ever. I lock every single door in my house every night I go to sleep. Like, I'm so paranoid. And it's not even because I, like, put myself online. It's simply because I'm just a girl. Like, I'm a paranoid little girl. And so I would love to say yes to this question, but I truly have no idea. I do think having Duncan helps. Like, it's just nice to have a companion, and he barks at the drop of a pin at nighttime if it's quiet, especially if it's just me and him by myself. I truly think he feels like he has to be my protector. Like, if we're just going to bed, it's like just me and Duncan, like nobody else is in the house, and he hears something, like he goes crazy. Like, I swear he thinks he's protecting me. And so I would love to say yes to this, but I don't know, like, I feel like I would have to feel so insanely safe wherever it would be. So I think if you can do it, go for it. Like, growth happens outside your comfort zone, you know, and doing something like this is big and scary, but can be good and can lead to so much growth. And if you don't like it, move back. You know, I know it's not always that easy, but some things are worth a try, and especially if they are reversible like that. Can we expect more challenge videos? Maybe the fitness Marshall. Yeah, I'll do more challenge videos. I don't know what the fitness Marshall is though. I'll have to look that up. How many calories do you eat in a day? I have no idea. I'm not even kidding, I have no idea. I'm kind of thinking about changing around my goals for the new year and stuff, so I've been trying to do a lot of like muscle building and at least just getting familiar with weights and stuff. I might switch it around and do strength still, but kind of add more cardio back into my routine. And I'm kind of playing around with the idea of trying to track things a little bit more, maybe kind of loosely. But then again, calories for like my body and my goals and stuff are gonna look different. So that's another thing where I'm like, I don't even really want to say, because it's like, say I eat exactly 2,000 calories and you eat that, well, our bodies both metabolize things differently, but also we might have different goals. We're gonna have different calories that we burn in a day, stuff like that. I eat sweets like 3 times a day minimum. How do I stop? Food is my biggest setback. Okay, I love sweets as well. A couple tips. 1, eating more protein keeps you full and honestly helps avoid cravings. Right away, like, it probably isn't gonna do anything like the first day or whatever, but if you don't eat enough protein, try to eat protein at every meal. I do think this really helps with cravings, with extra snacking, stuff like that. Also, really try to find healthy sweet treats. I know, some of them just simply aren't as good. I totally get it, but I love having my Ninja Creamy. I know that's an expensive product, but I truly love that I purchased it. I use it all the time. Or just trying things. Like, I did chocolate dipped peanut butter bananas the other day, and I thought, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a BS type dessert. No, it was actually really good. Like, I really like them and would make them again. So try to experiment. You know, maybe have a day, it's like a Saturday, maybe you have nothing going on, like do like 4 or 5 different Pinterest dessert recipes, just see if any of them make the cut, and then you'll feel a little bit better about having the sweets. I mean, definitely let yourself have the sweets, but yeah, maybe try to do a couple things too. Cut it back a little bit. I'm curious about the impact alcohol has on your fitness journey and how you navigate it. This is a huge question. I've actually been trying to drink less, more and more recently. That was like such an oxymoron, less, more and more. I've been making more of an effort to drink less, is what I'm trying to say. When I first started like losing weight and stuff, I never really thought about alcohol and how it would affect it, because like my friends and I, like, we go out and drink, like we do that like weekly, like multiple times a week, whatever. But I honestly think I've only drank like once or twice this whole month, and it's December 19th, the day I'm filming this. Because I do think alcohol does affect your fitness journey, and each person's different always. I'm always gonna say this. If you go out with friends and drink once a week, like, I don't know, maybe that works for you. You know, I think that is something that you kind of have to take note of how you're feeling and how things are affecting you, and see, like, experiment around with it and really try to pay attention to that type of a thing. I, like, love to have a good time, but I feel like the older I get, the easier it is for me to, like, okay, don't hate me for saying this, but like black out from like not a lot of drinks. and the next day, I haven't been really getting hungover, but like I have the worst, we call it hangxiety. Like the next day I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, what did I say? To who did I say it? Like I overshare, like I just feel a mess in that sense, and it haunts me for like 2 weeks at least. So that is something that helps me cut back on the alcohol. I also like, I don't know, I drank a lot in college because it's so normalized in college, and I feel like the more I learn about alcohol, you realize how bad it really is for you. And of course, everyone's different. I don't think I'll ever like fully cut it out ever. But for someone like me, if I have it like once or twice a month, I'm like, who cares? I also just don't feel like I'm missing out when people around me are like drinking and I'm not. Like I don't, it just doesn't really affect me mentally like that. So, but I do think it does play a role in your fitness journey. Have you ever struggled with regained weight? How do you tackle it? I mean, yeah, like I said, there's always ebbs and flows, you know? Like when I initially lost a bunch of weight, I was tiny. And then the next year I was like maintaining it, you know, it'd go up and down depending on the week, the month, whatever. Nothing I really was like that upset about. And now lately I'm like at a point where I'm like, I like feel kind of like big right now, but also I just know it's kind of temporary. So how do I tackle it? I feel like I just like hone in more on my goals and change around what I'm doing. And I feel like I'm really good about noticing if I'm working hard or not, or if I'm like eating not as good. You know, I feel like I can really tell in my diet and how that is affecting me. So I feel like I personally, when I notice something is going wrong, I like just try to switch around and refocus on my why and where I want to be. And you know, I truly don't feel as good when I'm not on track with my goals and stuff. Is there a career you wish you would have pursued that's different from what you do today? Honestly, no. Like, this has always been my dream job. Like, since like middle school, you know, like I always wanted to do this. And yes, it is my full-time job. I will say I need to be making more money to do this forever. But obviously the hope is that I keep doing what I'm doing, I keep getting better, and I keep growing, right? And then I keep getting more opportunities, and then it is more financially stable for me. Because obviously it has to be if it's a job, right? So obviously this is a hobby, and I definitely don't do it for the money. When I was 11, like, it's not like you could make money on YouTube. When I was like, oh my God, I want to do this, you know? But I don't know, this is really what I want to be doing. And I'm happy that I chased this dream. How are you doing? Good. Good. I'm good. Vlogmas has been good. I am excited to rest and recover when I'm done with Vlogmas, but it's really been good. I just don't have much to complain about. How do you consistently eat nutritional food? I think it's all in the planning, honestly. I mean, I'm definitely don't eat perfect every day, but I do try to plan out meals ahead of time. Again, not like breakfast, lunch, dinner every single day of the week, but I do prioritize protein, and then I try to make a meal around my protein source and make sure I'm kind of incorporating like veggies and other things that I need to eat throughout the day. Really just trying to eat well-rounded. You know, like variety is always good. Do you take bone broth powder? I actually ran out, but I do like bone broth. It has collagen in it, it has protein in it, is very good for you. I ran out, so I don't have it anymore, but I used to have from the brand Dr. Kellyanne. It's a person, but I think her brand is also her name. But she has bone broth packets that you just add to hot water, and they're great. So I do really like those. It's also nice too in the afternoon on like a cold day when I want like a coffee or something to have bone broth instead. Just because I don't always want the coffee, I just want like a little drink, a little treat, you know? Not to be depressing, but as an influencer, how do you get past the fear of creepers/stalkers? That's a great question. I honestly haven't really had encounters like that so far, and obviously I don't ever want to. What I am happy about is that moving from Madison to Austin is a bigger city, so it's harder to know location. I do feel like I should be more discreet than I am because it is so easy to find things out online when you search the right things and have the right tools, but that is a fear of mine, and I don't think about it often just because I haven't really had to deal with it. I also block people left and right. If someone leaves one thing in my comment section on whether it's YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and I don't like it, it doesn't sit right with me, I will just straight up block. Like, I don't care. If I can curate my audience and eliminate the people that truly should not be there and are just negatively impacting both me and the community, I'm like, bye. Like, you don't need to be, you know, you don't need to have access to my videos. Like, you're literally one person, and if you have any negative energy at all, like, see you later. See you never. See you never. Like, I love the block button. I love it. Do you think you'd ever get another dog? Yes. When Duncan's like 5 or 6, I'm definitely getting another dog. I already have the thoughts in my head. Yeah. Okay, maybe like 6 or 7. I don't know, it depends. He's gotta be around that age because of both where he'll be in life and where I'll be in life, but I definitely wanna get another dog at some point. Anything you're looking forward to when you move? I'm looking forward to new. I'm looking forward to change. I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to having my own apartment. The house I live in now isn't like my house. We'll probably get more into that because I feel like my living situation is probably confusing, but like, no, I don't own this $2 million lake house. I'm sorry, but I don't. If you thought I did at age 25, you think very highly of me, but I do not own this house. And so it'll be fun to like have my own place. You know, before this house, like I lived in college apartments with roommates and stuff. So it'll be my first place that's actually like mine. I mean, I'm leasing it, but it's like mine. So I am really excited for that. I'm just excited to have a new environment that I've never had before, make new memories, meet new people, and just change. I'm in such a mood for change. And weather, it'll be nice weather. I mean, summer's gonna suck, but not dealing with winter that lasts forever is gonna be amazing. Do you ever want any children? I truly don't know the answer to this question. I hate that women have a biological clock. Obviously, I mean, that sucks. I'm 25, I have 10 years till I'm considered geriatric for pregnancy, and I honestly have no idea. I don't know. When I was younger, I used to want a big family and like have a lot of kids and stuff, but like, what do you really know when you're younger? But the older I get, the more I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. My boyfriend does, but I don't know. My body dysmorphia is worse now that I've lost weight. Is this something you can relate to? Absolutely. And so I might be able to relate in the same way, maybe in a different way, I don't know. But I specifically remember when I first started losing weight, I still stayed away from a lot of clothes in my closet that in my head didn't fit me, but in reality they did fit me. Like, it's almost like I couldn't tell what size I was. And not that size means anything, but it's like I avoided certain things that I'm just like, oh, that wouldn't look good on me, that doesn't fit me, whatever. But it was in my closet for a reason. You know, I liked how it looked on me. It fit me. Like, it was stuff that I wanted to be wearing that I just kept avoiding because I thought it wouldn't, you know, because I don't know, it was a weird thing. And I'm better about it now, I think. I think just making myself like try stuff on made a big difference. But it is weird, and you kind of have to get comfortable in your own skin, and it is an up and down journey, right? And maybe that's not even the way that you mean it at all. My way was like more towards clothes and like getting dressed every day, but I can definitely relate to that, and I think it's a very common thing. So no, you're not alone in it, but also try to regain that confidence. You said you've lost weight. That's hard to do. Like, look at you. Like, you should be proud, you know? How did you stay motivated to lose weight? Motivation comes and goes, right? I think just finding a form of movement I really liked and knowing that every day I worked towards it, not only was I getting closer to my goals, but I just felt better and better every single day. And I honestly just got addicted to like feeling good. And you don't feel that in the beginning, but a few weeks, a few months down, you might just really start to naturally crave it. You just have to fight through that beginning, especially you really gotta fight through that first time when you really wanna quit. That's the hardest thing, because in the beginning, it's new, so you're like, okay, yes, like, let's do this. But you might hit that time a few weeks or months or whatever in when you're like, I can't do this anymore. That's when pushing through means the most. Have you ever been on a cruise? No, I have not, and I would love to. Why are you moving? Honestly, for fun. I've lived in Wisconsin my whole life. I want new experiences. I want to try out a new place. If I don't like it, I can come back, right? That's the beauty of remote jobs these days too. Like, I'm just excited for new stuff, for change, and yeah, to grow as a person. It'll be fun. It'll be hard, but it'll be fun. How many hours do you spend on your work per day on average? Oh boy. Again, I'm never gonna complain about this because I love doing this stuff so much, and I would not rather be doing like anything else at all. But I mean, during Vlogmas, I am spending like basically every hour of the day either editing, filming, making the thumbnail, whatever. Like, I rarely take time to just chill or like hang out with friends. Again, that's not a complaint, I'm just being realistic. Vlogmas is time consuming, it just is. On a regular week, I mean, I would definitely say more than 40 hours per week. Like, I would say more than, you know, like my boyfriend works from home. When I think about like how much he works a day versus how much I work a day, like I definitely work more than 40 hours a week. But I also can like take time off randomly in the middle of the day, or like take a nap if I really need, or like go work out as part of work, you know? So it's like, what really is work? Work, you know? But if you count everything that goes into my YouTube, even if it is like filming my workout, I mean, then it's well over 40 hours. But like I said, like, is it work? I don't, it's it's just great, you know, but I do spend a lot of time on it and I love that. Not a question, just a thank you for being so raw and honest always gives me hope. Of course. My pleasure. Thank you for being here. Not a question, but you're slay. Thank you. I read that and I was like, wow, I love this. Favorite nighttime snacks? We eat early dinner and enjoy having snacks before bed. Well, I have my Ninja Creamy a lot, but that's not really a snack. That's more of a dessert. I'm not a huge snacker. I love a cheese and cracker moment. I made like zucchini chips the other day. Those were actually really good. I have phases on and off where I am obsessed with popcorn, and popcorn can be a good snack depending, you know. I have a lot of repeat questions, so I guess it's very apparent what I like don't talk about and what is interesting. Why did you decide to move to Texas? So I wanted to move. Initially, my search was the US. Then I started thinking, okay, I really like the East. I wasn't really gravitating towards the West. So then I thought, okay, maybe somewhere like Boston. I really like Boston. I don't think I could ever live in New York City. I love New York, but I don't think I could ever move there. But then the more I was thinking about it, I was like, you know, maybe I consider South. So then I started doing more research, and then I realized how dog-friendly the South is in general, specifically Texas. And then I just did more research, and Austin is such an up-and-coming area, and so many people are moving there in like my age and demographic, and it's great for dogs. I went and visited there last January and really loved it. So I was like, you know what? Let's try it out. If I don't like it, I don't have to stay forever, you know? When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? A teacher. I think that was really my only like thought was a teacher. But I also feel like a lot of kids when they're little want to be a teacher because you spend a lot of time with your teachers. So I feel like it's a natural thing to want to be one. So I feel like I never really knew throughout college what I wanted to major in. Like I said earlier, my plan was to be a math teacher at one point, but like I never really had my heart set on anything. I think I'd be good in marketing if I wasn't doing this. What's your favorite fruit and drink? Whenever I do my smoothie bowls, it's always mostly strawberries and bananas. I love raspberries. I love raspberries. Drink? I'm a big coffee drinker. I don't really drink soda. I've just never been a soda drinker. I know some people like love Coke. I've just never been. Every once in a while I'll get on like a tea kick, but I haven't had one in a while. Liquid IV. I drink Liquid IV almost daily. How to get over social anxiety at the gym. I know that no one's looking at me or judging me, but I feel like I'm taking up space. Okay, this question, I actually don't go to the gym right now. I will be soon. However, you are exactly right. Nobody is looking at you because just how you are worried about yourself, so is everybody else. They are worried about themselves, so they're not worried about you. They're putting way more energy into themselves versus looking at you. Also, it's easy to feel like you don't deserve to be there, especially if you are like newer to the gym or whatever. I totally get that, but like you do have every right to be there as much as the next person. Whether you see someone who's like super fit, who's been going for years and years, they pay the same price as you, right? Like you are both human, working on yourselves, trying to be better. Like why shouldn't you be there? You know, you have every right to be there. I'm telling you this, and I want you to know this because you do. You have every right to be there as much as literally anybody else. Like you don't have to earn your place there. You deserve to be there. You're just trying to get better. You're just trying to improve yourself. You're trying to be healthy and work towards goals. You have every right to be there. I promise you do. I know it's hard, but I'm telling you, you do. I want you to take my advice because you simply do. Like you just do. It doesn't matter your level of experience. You have every right to be there. You are a valued human being just like they are. And I want you to know that. What's your go-to coffee order? So today, whenever I order coffee out at like Dunkin' or something, honestly, I don't go get coffee that much. I really make so much in the Nespresso, but if I do get coffee, I have free Dunkin' right now for a month. So I usually just get an iced coffee. I'll get some sort of flavor in it and then just milk. You pay extra for non-dairy milk, and like I do eat dairy, so I normally just get regular milk. Today I got toasted white chocolate. I like to get the seasonal flavors. Otherwise, I love a good basic French vanilla. A good Dunkin' medium iced coffee with French vanilla and just a little milk is perfect to me. If I'm going to a new coffee place and like I don't know what to get, I'll just get some sort of basic like latte. Hobbies outside of health and fitness. I love fashion. I love makeup and like girly things. And I don't know, honestly, I'm a social person. Like I love seeing my friends. I love going to do things. Like I love taking Dunkin' places. I just need social interaction, especially when I do all this stuff by myself. Like I do have a manager, which is nice. So like I have someone to talk to, but other than that, like, it does get kind of, like, lonely. Again, I'm not complaining. I don't want you to ever think I'm complaining about this as a job because I'm not complaining, but, like, you know, I do this by myself. So sometimes it does get lonely. And it's amazing when people comment and I can talk to you in the comments and stuff like that. But the actual, like, creating side and stuff, it can get lonely. It can. So I I just love to be social. I love traveling, although I haven't in a while because it's expensive and I'm moving and now I got a dog. So I did travel a good amount before I got Duncan. I wish I had like more niche things. I know how to crochet. I used to be really big into crocheting. I can make some cool stuff. I just haven't done it much lately. I just like basic things, honestly. I'm a simple gal, what can I say? I got a question about bouncing back from having COVID. I've been off of my workouts for the past week and the idea of getting back into them is so intimidating. Oh, well, I hope you're feeling better. But also, I totally get it. Like, when you're coming back from anything, whether it's being sick, whether it's being off for any type of reason, honestly, just start slow. I feel like whenever I'm off for a while and I come back to it, the first day, I'll like literally just do cardio. I'll do the 12-3-30 and that's like it. Then the next day, I'll try to either go for longer or I'll try to both exercise and start eating better. Like, I really do take baby steps when I'm trying to get back into things. It's not like you can just make a switch and all of a sudden one day you're so much better. But I think baby steps really help. You know, try to do some exercise and then the next day challenge yourself to do more of it or maybe a different form that's harder. And, you know, try to start eating better. Like, give yourself a solid week to like baby step it, and then at the end of the week really try to be back into some sort of routine. But I feel like baby steps honestly help. You know, I love a good reset routine and like getting back on track video, but realistically it takes a couple days, at least in my opinion. What are you most excited about and most nervous about for the upcoming move? Honestly, meeting people and making friends. Like I said, I'm very social and I just want friends and like to not feel lonely, and I don't know, I just hope that that isn't hard. Oh my gosh, also social norms. I like am worried about the culture shock when I move. Like, what is different from where I am versus Texas? Like, I don't know. I've never lived in the South. Like, I'm nervous I'm gonna like walk in somewhere and people are gonna be like, she is not from here. Like, she's weird. Like, what's going on with her? Like, I wanna know what are some like unwritten rules or like social norms that I should be aware of that I might not practice. Like, I don't. If you know, comment, tell me, how do I prepare? Is there like a class on becoming a Texan, becoming a yeehaw girly? Like, what do I don't know. I just don't want to stick out, you know? Why stick out when you were, or wait, what is it? Why blend in when you were born to stick out? No, but seriously. Like, I don't want to stick out in a bad way. How do you stay consistent with meal prepping? I always start for a week or two and then I stop doing it. I wouldn't say I'm crazy consistent, honestly, but I do think at the start of the week or the end of the week or whatever, I try to pick a few meals. They usually end up lasting longer than I anticipate, but try to make it routine. You know, if it's hard to stick to, like, hold yourself to it, whether it's every Saturday, every Sunday, every Monday even, you know, try to make it routine where it's like, okay, Monday, meal prep day. Like, do your research. I think planning ahead is the best thing you can do. Just try to plan as much possible. I don't know, I feel like meal prepping is something I also need to get more into. And I do prep some things for the week, but I don't think I do it to the extreme, or like I don't plan out everything. Maybe I'll make some more videos about that or something, get more into it. What do you consider your best health and wellness habit? My favorite one right now has been weightlifting, getting into that. Like, I'm so happy that I've been doing that. And what is one that you like to develop in the new year? Okay, I was on a kick where I was doing cold showers fairly often. I think it was this summer, and I want to get more into that. I've never done a cold plunge. I just don't really have access. Honestly, I guess I could do it in the lake if I wanted. I'm looking at the lake right now. Maybe before I move, I do some cold plunges out there. But seriously, like, cold plunges and cold showers and stuff are so good for your skin, inflammation, like just a lot of things. I want to get more into that. Do you use a journal or planner? If so, recommendations, thoughts, if it helps you for diet or exercise, budgeting, work, or just life in general. I did a night routine video recently and you could see how chaotic. Like, I am so bad about lists and journals and stuff like that, like writing. I want writing in general to be a bigger thing in my life this coming year. It is a goal of mine, but I feel like my brain is so chaotic and I need to organize it on paper more than I do. All I have right now is like a $1 notebook from Walmart. And so I don't really have good advice on this, but I'm trying. So yeah, I don't have a good way of organizing my brain and I need to get better about that. Are you getting Duncan any gifts to open on Christmas? Yes, I got him a Frisbee and a little toy that I know he'll love. I have to wrap him still, but I am gonna give him to him and see if he like actually rips open the wrapping paper, you know? So, and on that sweet little note, that's it. This is probably a really long Q&A, but I like long videos and I like chatting, so I'm not really gonna cut much. Like, I'm just gonna leave it long, that's fine. So thank you so much if you submitted a question, and thank you for watching. And and hanging out with me. Please subscribe if you have not, especially if you made it all the way to the end and you're not subscribed. Please just do it. Please just do it. I love you so much, and I hope to see you in my next one.